Calling out the page numbers in black, so page 340. Hine ma tohu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Page 341.
Goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to teach you some Hebrew. Repeat after me. Shabbat. Shalom. So you didn't just order pizza, though you could do that another time. Shabbat is the Sabbath. Shalom means peace. It means a peaceful Sabbath. That's what we say as we greet people on Friday night through Saturday night, Saturday late afternoon. I'm Rabbi Paul Kipnis, rabbi here with Cantor Kyle Kotler. We are thrilled to welcome you to Shabbat services as we celebrate as Siena and Braden become a bar and a bat mitzvah. Welcome to all of you who are here, and also welcome to all of you on the live stream. We are a singing congregation. If you know the words, sing along. If you don't know the words, I'm going to teach you some Hebrew. Repeat after me. Lie, lie, lie. You're having trouble with that. Lie, lie, lie. Which, if you're not comfortable in Hebrew, and I know there are some people who are not Jewish, you may be less comfortable. Repeat after me in English. Lie, lie, lie. Okay, you got it now, and you're smiling. Welcome, everybody. This is a congregation, a community of celebration. So no one's going to do anything wrong here. Take it in, enjoy it, lift it up, sing, and be part of this special day. I want to let you know that if you need the restrooms, they're behind that wall there, but don't use the door here. Just go right through the glass door you walked in, and to the left, they're down there. If you need something to drink, out to the right, and there's a divider, and behind there's a filtered water faucet and some cups around there. The young people, our kids, are very welcome to be here with us. I just don't know if people have arrived since I gave the spiel, this speech. So if they need to get out for a little bit, or you need to get out a little bit and want to use them as an excuse, right back there is our children's sanctuary. The sound is piped into it. I just close the door and it's soundproof, and there's all sorts of toys. They don't have to go there. It's just an option. And then for the rest of us, why don't we just take out our cell phones now and make sure they are on off or silent. I find that the cell phone that goes off in the service is the one that you are 100% sure right now is off. So take a moment, if you will, and just double check. That would be awesome. And with that, yes, hi. I'm going to invite Dan and Danielle, Mom and Dad, to join us up here on the bima. among the many rights and privileges one gets upon becoming a bat mitzvah and a bar mitzvah is the opportunity to put on a talit. It's just a piece of cloth. But when you put these strings on the four corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 on both, these become reminders of all the rules and all the teachings and all the stories and all the laws in Torah to live a good, ethical, moral, ritual-filled Jewish life. When you put this on your shoulders in a minute, you're wrapped in your mom and dad's love. Take a look at them. You're wrapped in the love and support of, take a look, of everyone gathered here, including all of them in the live stream right there. You're wrapped, we teach in God's loving arms. So turn and take the talit from the hands of your parents, and then we'll do the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, guide of the universe, who makes us holy through mitzvot and commands us to wrap ourselves in the fringes of the talit. You remember that moment when you held these two little ones for that first time. And life went on, and they had the nerve to turn over on their own. And then they started crawling, and then got up and started running, and then went out there in that world and became these amazing young people that are here today. Life travels so fast. We like to hold on to it, to raise it up, to say this moment is special. And we do it with a blessing. It's called the Shehachianu. It thanks God for giving us life, for keeping us in life, and for bringing us to this very special moment. If you know the prayer, we invite you to sing along with us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
We're on page 388.
In the garden there's a tree planted by someone who only imagined me. What love, what vision. I marvel at the gift. No fruit could be sweeter than this. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. As my people went from land to land, something passed from hand to hand, and it isn't just the words and stories of the ancient laws and golden glories. It's the way we study, the book we study. It's the way we study, the way. 'I'm 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 the shoulders of the ones who came before me. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. Today my life is full of choice, because a young man raised his voice, because a young girl took a chance. I am freedom's inheritance. Years ago they crossed the sea, and they made a life that's come to me. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. So in the garden I'll plant the seed, a tree of life for you to read. The fruit will ripen in the sun. The words will sound when I am gone. These are the things I pass along, the fruit, the book, and the song. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me.
Let me invite you to turn your prayer books to page 106 and 107. Again, the black numbers, not the blue ones. I just want to introduce you to our prayer book. This prayer book is built for community like this at this very moment. In this room, and every time we're gathered together, are all sorts of people. There are Jews and Christians, perhaps some. Last night we had a whole group from the Baha'i Temple, Muslims perhaps, Buddhists, you name it. Among the Jews, there may be Reformed Jews, Conservative Jews, Reconstructionists, secular, maybe some Orthodox, people from all over, some people who go to church or temple or the mosque all the time, some who go very rarely, if at all. How do we create a meaningful moment at that time, especially when a lot of the prayers are going to be in Hebrew? This prayer book is designed for that. Every two pages is one prayer. So these 2 pages are the Chatzi Kaddish. Our bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah will be chanting the Hebrew on the upper right-hand corner of the right-hand page. You can chant along with them in the Hebrew, or look just to the left of it where it says Yit Gadav Yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah. Those are the Hebrew words and English letters. If you want to know what the prayer means, look under the Hebrew and you'll see it there. Exalt and hallowed be God's great name. On the left-hand page, you'll find some prayers or readings on the same theme, but that look at God or life or spirituality just a little differently. And then at the bottom of the page, under those really light lines, you'll find some commentary on this prayer specifically or prayer in general. So here's the beauty. You can chant along with them. You can look at the translation, look at the other readings. You can meander through the page to find something meaningful. And don't worry, when it's time, we'll say the next page so we all can be on the same page. Now, if you're able, I invite you to please rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal veyitkadash shemei rabah be'alma divera chirute ve'amlich mahute bechayehon uvyomehon uvhayedecho be'Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen Yehi shmei rabach mevara le'olam ulamei omaya yitbara ve'yishtaba ve'yipar ve'yu'oman ve'yinaseh Ve'yihadar, ve'yi'aleh, ve'yi'halal, shemei dekudesha b'yerichu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, de'miran be'alma, ve'imeru, amen.
Page 108.
108.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
We can be seated and turn to page 115.
If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you can hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. Let's rise together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. Listen, listen to our God. Listen, listen to our God.
We can be seated and we'll turn to page 116 as Siena leads us in Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha lema'an tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hiyitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hodzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 122.
Ya lai lai ya la lai ya la lai 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 ya lai lai ya la lai ya la lai 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 ya lai la 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 lai ya la lai 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 ya lai la 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 lai ya la lai 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 lai.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh no radilot o sefel no radilot o sefel shirav chadasha shibechu geulim shirav chadasha shibechu geulim l'shimcha l'shimcha osvat hayam l'shimcha l'shimcha osvat hayam yadhar kulam kulam hodu 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 v'chein lechu v'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
Ya lai lai ya la lai ya la lai 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 ya lai lai ya la lai ya la lai 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 ya lai la 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 lai ya la lai 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 ya lai la 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 lai ya la lai 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 lai.
We'll turn to page 126 and rise as Braden and Siena lead us in the Amidah.
Yai lai yai lai lai la lai yai lai lai la lai yai lai lai la lai yai lai Yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai lai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarach Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol Ve'Zoher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Ge'ula Livnei V'Nechem Lema'an Shemo Be'achava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah.
Yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai, yai lai. Yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai lai.
Page 128.
Ata gibor le'olam Adonai mechayecha kol ata rav lehoshia mechakel hayim bechesed mechaye hakol berachamim rabim zomech noflim verofei holim umatir asurim umekayem emunato lishenei afar michamocha ba'agevurot umido melach melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lechachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mehayeh hakol.
Yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai, yai lai lai la lai, yai lai.
Ameru v'nei Yisrael
Page 132.
HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam beri olam Beini uven b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam beri olam Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et hashabbat la'asot et hashabbat lidorotam beri olam Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et hashabbat la'asot et hashabbat lidorotam beri olam.
We take a moment for silent prayer.
page 142. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Chase, you're up, man. Mom and Dad? And Oma and Opa? Karen and Joel. And to help us open the ark, we invite over Chase. Please rise as we remove the Torah from the ark.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato.
Braden, Siena, stay where you are, you're good. In a minute, I'll bring the Torah to you, because these two Torah scrolls will come out of the ark to go into your arms so you can carry them through this congregation. I'm holding the smaller one, because I can, because there's something special about this. This Torah, it's the 5 books of Moses. There's scrolls written on animal skin, and I'll tell you a little more about it later. This scroll is from Czechoslovakia, from a community, big Jewish community that no longer existed because the fires of hatred burned brightly back in World War II and the Holocaust, and 6 million Jews and another 5 million people from all over were burned and killed because people deemed them different. And we carry and sometimes read from this Torah scroll to remind us that we all have a responsibility. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, everybody, secular, to make sure that the fires of hate don't get to burn across the oceans or even here in this country. For there is more that connects us than separates us. And we're going to take this Torah in a moment and pass it down, midor ledor, from generation to generation. 2 of your grandparents are up here now, Oma and Opa. But we also bring the love of Grandma and Grandpa who are here in this sanctuary and are so proud of you too. And we'll pass these Torah scrolls down from your grandparents to your parents to each of you. A couple more years, Chase, we'll get there. You'll see that these Torahs are sometimes easy to hold, and they're also heavy too, because their ideas are heavy. You know, we live in a world that tells us it's all about being happy. Torah says happy is good, but you've been put on this earth to strive to be holy, to lift up the world. We live in a world that tells us it's all about making a buck, about getting rich. And Torah says money is good and can get you good stuff. But we've been put on this earth and been given what we have to also help enrich the lives of others. And we live in a world that tells us it's all about me, I can do what I want. But Torah comes to tell us that we each have a responsibility to transform this broken world into a place filled with emet, truth, and tzedek, justice, to fill it with ahavah, with love, so that all these little kids can grow up in a world of shalom, of peace. V'zot hadakah, this is the moment, v'zot haTorah, that we pass Torah to you.
Give that one to her. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
And to help us undress the Torah, we call up to the bima cousins Riley and Skylar, and also Chase, of course.
Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Please be seated. How many people have ever seen a Torah up close? Okay, so about half. So for the rest of you, do you want to come read it or no? I'm just kidding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up at the end so you can see it. This is the first 5 books of Moses from the Hebrew Scriptures, written out in Hebrew from right to left. They all learned how to read Hebrew and then chant it to tunes that go back 2,500 years. And then, because there are no vowels in this Torah, we took the vowels away from their practice sheets. Then we took away the musical notes because there are no te'amim, no musical notes in it. And then we brought them here. What you're going to see is a modern miracle. The ancient words brought to life. And then a little while later in the service, they'll each give their Dvar Torah, a speech about what the Torah portion means to them. We're going to call up a number of relatives for an Aliyah LeTorah to physically come up here on the bima, the stage, but more importantly, to be close to and bless Torah, our spiritual source book. And by the way, I have the blessings in Hebrew, English, and transliteration to help you out. I also have them in Farsi and Russian, if you want, somewhere Spanish too. Okay.
For the first Aliyah, we call to the Torah Darian and Rachel. Nala amod le'aleh rishona Aharon v'Rahel.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai.
Baruch Adonai
Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torto. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. B'chodesh hashlishi lidsei b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim b'yom hazeh ba'u midbar Sinai v'yisu me'refidim v'yavo'u midbar Sinai, vayachanu bamidbar, vayihan sham Yisrael neged hahar u'Moshe Allah el ha'Elohim, vayikra elav Adonai min hahar lemor ko tomar. Livei Yaakov, Vataged, Livnei Yisrael, Atem Reitem, Asher Asiti, Lemitzrayim, Va'aseh Etchem, Al Kanfei Nisharim, Va'avi Etchem Elai.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Et
Natan lanu Torah
Emet V'chayei Olam Natan B'tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
For the second Aliyah, we call to the Torah Karen and Joel. Nala amod l'Aliyah shniya, Karen ve'Yoel.
Switch off the baby.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'notan Lanu Et Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Ve'ata im shamoa Tishme'u b'koli ushmartem et briti v'hiyitem li segula mikol ha'amim ki li kol ha'aretz ve'atem tihiyu li mamlechet kohanim v'goy kadosh ele hadvarim asher tidaber el bnei Yisrael vayavo Moshe vayikra letziknei ha'am vayaseh lifneihem et kol hadvarim ha'ele asher tzivahu Adonai vayanu chol ha'am yachdav vayomru kol asher diber Adonai na'aseh vayashem Moshe et divrei ha'am el Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah amet, v'chayei olam ta b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. I'm going to invite Mom and Dad to come stand up here. They'll not do the blessing yet, as Siena does.
For the third Aliyah, we call to the Torah Siena. Tamud Aliyah Rishona. Rachel Betaniel Aliza.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe Hinei Anochi ba'elecha be'av ha'anan ba'avur yishma ha'am bedabri imach ve'gam becha ya'aminu le'olam vayaged Moshe et divrei ha'am el Adonai vayomer Adonai el Moshe lech el ha'am hayom v'kidashtam hayom u'machar v'chibsu simlotam v'hayu nechonim layom hashlishi ki bayom hashlishi yeret Adonai le'enei chol ha'am al har Sinai v'higbata et ha'am saviv lemor hishamruch lachem alot bachar ungo abikazehu kol hanogea bachar mot yumat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. I want you to look out into the congregation here. I want you to look right in the front row here at Oma and Opa. I want you to look in the back row right over there and see Grandma and Grandpa. These 4 people, you're going to get all sorts of gifts this weekend, but these 4 people are really the greatest gifts you have. You know how sometimes when you were a little kid, they'd buy you a gift and you'd open up the toy, take the toy out, and end up playing with the box? They don't look like the fancy toy inside. And they're not the box, really. But they are the greatest gift you have. Take a look. These people knew you when you were just babies. They loved you, without the day-to-day responsibility, of course. They loved you and enjoyed you and got to be filled with pride about you. And got to enjoy you unconditionally, without all the responsibility. These people have the best hopes and dreams for you. These people know things that you only read about in the history books. They know about problems in this world, the different presidents coming in. They remember the early years when Israel was created. They remember when your mom and dad were young and cool. They're still young-ish and cool-ish. These presents need to be unwrapped. They're here now, but to have 4 grandparents at a bar bat mitzvah is huge. Not everyone has it, so take advantage of these people. Not only take advantage because they'll give you, in many ways, whatever you want, but also take advantage of them. Ask them about what life was like. Ask them what it was like when they were growing up, what they enjoyed, their first kiss, their first love. Yes, they had that too. Ask them what they liked to do when they were teenagers. When you go through difficult times, guess what? They went through similar ones too. Ask them how they got through it. Ask them what your mom and dad were like. Ask them how to deal with all the stress in the world. They got some good ideas. They will love you from now as long as they're on this earth. So unwrap these presents and enjoy them. Amen.
For Braden's first aliyah, we call to the Torah, Linda and Lex. Nalamud le'aliyah revi'it, Leah bat Rachel u'Moshe, ve'Alexander ben Faibel.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim, V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayedaber Elohim et kol hadevarim ha'ela lemor. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mibeit avadim lo yihyeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai lo ta'asa lecha fesel v'chol timuna asher v'shamayim mimal v'asher ba'aretz mitachat v'asher b'mayim mitachat la'aretz lo tishtahave lahem v'lo ta'ovdem Ki Anochi Adonai Elohecha Elkanah Poked Aaron Avod Al Banim Al Shilashim Ve'al Ribeim Listen I.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu,
Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Thank you.
So, Cantor was just reminding me that we're about to read the Ten Commandments here in the Torah. And if you go back to the Bible, when as you read, the people stood around the mountain as God, according to the Torah, gave the Ten Commandments to Moses. And so it's been a tradition in the Jewish community that when the Ten Commandments are read, that people stand up like that moment to hear those words again, because we are like we're standing in Moses' shoes and the people's shoes at that moment. If for a reason you need to sit, if the kids need to be seated, you just do it. God understands. Trust me, the kids weren't standing up at that time. They were running around. So if you're able to, invite you to please rise for the reading of the Ten Commandments. But we got to call up.
For the fifth Aliyah, we call to the Torah Danielle and Dan. Nalamod le'aliyah chamishi, Daniel Aliza.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ve'osa chesed la'alafim le'ohavai u'shomrei mitzvotai lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha la'shav ki lo yenakeh Adonai et asher yisha et shmo la'shav zachor et yom ha'shabbat lekadsho sheishe yamim ta'avod ve'asita kol melachtecha vayom hashvi'i shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha lo ta'aseh kol melacha ata uvinha uvitecha avdecha va'amata uvhemtecha ve'garcha asher bish'arecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Baruch atah
Baruch Hu.
For the sixth and final Aliyah, we call to the Torah Braden. Nalamod le'aliyah hashishi, David ben Daniela Aliza.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz et hayom ve'et kol asher bam ve'gach bayom hashvi'i al ken berach Adonai et yom hashabat ve'yekatzecho kabet et avicha ve'et imecha Lema'an ya'arechu yamecha el ha'adema asher Adonai Elohecha noten la lo tirsa, lo tignav, lo tigno, lo ta'ana bereach eid shakir, lo tachmod bere'echa, lo tachmod eshet re'echa, ve'avdo va'amoto ve'osharo ve'amaro, zachol asher lish'arecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. To help us dress the Torah and put it away, we're going to invite up Chase and cousin Zadie. Come on up here. I'm going to lift up the Torah in just a minute. So there's going to be... I'll do it after. Thanks. Sorry about that. I'm going to hold up the Torah, and there's going to be 3 columns. In the center column, you look on the right-hand column, and it's just words all the way across. The left hand is slightly different, but the middle column, up the top, you'll see some words, and then you'll see a blank space, and some words, and a blank space, and a whole bunch of words on the line. That's the 10 Commandments, the center column. And it's interesting, and all on the left-hand side of that column, you won't be able to see it unless your eyes are really good, is the word lo, 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 lo. Don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do that. That's the things: don't steal, don't murder, don't covet, and the like. So we rise to give honor to the Torah.
אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה, וזאת התורה, וזאת התורה אשר שם משה, וזאת התורה לפני בני ישראל, וזאת התורה על פי אדוני ביד משה, וזאת התורה. שלום, 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 שלום. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומך מאושר. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומך מאושר. שלום, 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 שלום.
Let me invite you in your prayer books to turn to page 253. 253. The indented words on that page are called the Mishaberach. It's a prayer for healing. It reminds us that even when things are joyous at this moment, we have loved ones, all of us, friends, family members, who are struggling, dealing with physical illness or emotional turmoil, spiritual struggle, mental illness. This morning, we say this Mishaberach prayer of healing for a number of people. Particularly, we say it today for great-great-aunt Margot. She's 101, and she wasn't able to be here with us. We hold her in our hearts for the strength to get through what's going forward. Some of you here may have others for whom you're asking for blessings of healing. I'm just going to bring my hand around the room. As it passes over where you're seated, if there's someone you want to say a blessing of healing for, just say their name and relationship, like my Uncle Fred or my friend Sophie, and then we'll sing the prayer together. This morning, we ask for blessings of healing for and for all of them and all of us, we sing this indented words, 253, the Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'd like to invite Mom and Dad up on the bima to share some words of blessing for their children. And we'll start with Braden.
Thank you. Okay. You ready? Okay. Well, we tried to think of it, cover everything. We had to use our resources. So those of you that are fans of Chat GPT, you might recognize some of what we're saying. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, thank you for joining us in this special day in Braid's life. As Braid's parents, we obviously have immense pride and joy. We're so proud of you, and we love you so, so much. You are a young man with a passion for karate and a sharp mind for math. You've got quite a sense of humor, and you keep us on our toes. From your early days of practicing karate moves to mastering complex math, your dedication and skill have always shown through. Today, as we witness you becoming a bar mitzvah, we see not just a young man reaching a milestone, but a really kind soul with a very promising future. In the last year, your growth has been nothing short of extraordinary, and we don't mean the physical 7 inches you grew. Personally, we have watched you outgrow your shyness and challenge yourself to be a leader. Lately, it's been a pleasure watching you teach young kids karate. We are really privileged to be joined by Mr. B, your karate instructor today, who's known you for like 7 years. And I know he agrees with us that you've been an incredible teacher, and we believe this is because you are so calm, so kind, and so patient. Braden, your journey so far has been marked by perseverance and a genuine love for learning. Your achievements in karate showcase your discipline and determination, while your prowess in math reflects your analytical mind. We're inspired by the person you are becoming, someone who values both physical and intellectual strength. Your loyalty to your friends and family is also admirable. You're always the first one to step up for an activity with your friends, or especially with your grandparents. You're always up for a good talk, a hike with your oppa, or a meal, usually ramen, with your mom. On this significant day, let us not only celebrate the accomplishments of the past, but look forward to the incredible journey that lies ahead. Becoming a bar mitzvah is so important to carry on the traditions of our ancestors and to celebrate the pride you have in being Jewish. May you always stay connected to the Jewish community and continue to focus on doing good for others. Congratulations on achieving this momentous milestone in your Jewish life. We know you've worked so hard for this. Braden, may your path be filled with continued success, happiness, and the fulfillment of your dreams. Mazel tov.
So Danielle mentioned ChatGPT, and I think a lot of you probably thought she was kidding, but we actually wrote the serious speeches, and then I took them and put them through ChatGPT and prompted it to say, rewrite the speech in teenager slang, and I prompted it some words that they use all the time. If anyone wants to hear those versions, let me know. They're pretty funny. The kids actually asked somewhat seriously if we could use those versions, but we can share that later. So I think it speaks to some of the fun that we like to have in the family. But hello, family, friends, guests. Thank you for gathering to celebrate this momentous occasion in Siena's life. As Siena's parents, we're both honored and privileged to share this day with all of you and to express our deep pride in the incredible young woman that Siena is. As we look around the room today, we see that it's truly a village that supports Siena and Braden, and we are very, very grateful for that. Siena, you are a hardworking individual with a passion for soccer who embodies qualities that go beyond the soccer field. Your dedication to the sport reflects not just athleticism, but a strong work ethic, determination, and a commitment to excellence. It's a joy to witness you shine on the soccer field, where your skills and love for the game bring you so much happiness. We can never forget watching you when you were 5 years old on your first soccer team. In your first game, despite being the only goal scorer for the team, you displayed a humility and maturity far beyond your years. After each goal, you were never one to gloat. You just told everyone else good job and moved on. I remember the high fives that you would give the team, even though you were the one that was scoring all the goals. Beyond sports, your intelligence and maturity are evident in every aspect of your life. Your hard work in academics, coupled with your wise decision-making, showcase a young woman well beyond your years. Siena, your intelligence and maturity have always been a source of pride for us, and watching you grow into this remarkable person is truly a blessing. You stand up for yourself and for others. You are a natural leader who we have loved watching blossom, especially as you've started to be in the leadership team at school this year. As we celebrate your bat mitzvah today, let us not only acknowledge your achievements, but also anticipate the incredible journey that awaits you. Completing this important milestone means you have chosen to embrace the Jewish community and honor generations of our family. We know how much preparation went into this day. Your dedication to this process has been inspirational and inspired so much joy in us. May your path be filled with continued success, compassion, and the fulfillment of all your aspirations. Mazel tov, Siena. We love you so much. I'll show it to you.
Siena and Braden will now share their Devar Torah, their speech, talking about the Torah portion, its meaning, and why it's powerful for them.
Shabbat Shalom. My Torah portion is Yitro. Yitro is Moses' father-in-law who helped him a lot with his leadership skills. The main story of this Torah portion is the Ten Commandments. However, the verses I read describe the time right before that when the Israelites were waiting for Moses to come down from Mount Sinai. I imagine they were shocked and scared since Moses had disappeared from them, climbed Mount Sinai, talked to God, and when he came down, he shared with them a script that God gave to say to them, preparing them for the holy moment in which the commandments will be revealed. This relates to me because I am a member of the Israelites, and I feel that God is present in our world today since the revelation at Mount Sinai until today. When I think about God, I feel that God is everywhere watching over me. I also get inspired by people around me trying to reach out and get closer to God, just as Moses did. More about me. I'm a 7th grade student who attends Lindero Canyon Middle School. My favorite subjects in school are English and science. I like science because I enjoy learning about the world around me. I enjoy English because I love to write. A few hobbies of mine are playing soccer and reading. I've been playing soccer since I was 3 years old, and I haven't stopped since. I love it because it gives me the freedom to be creative on the field. I also love reading because it expands my imagination. It's calming, reduces stress, and helps me learn how to write better. My favorite book is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nallen. Other books I love are Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Orami is my community. When I first started coming here, I barely knew anything about Israel or Hebrew. As I spent more time at Orami, I learned more about my heritage and my ancient homeland. Orami is truly a great temple because the teachers are very sweet and wholesome, and so are the kids. I started to learn my prayers at the end of last summer and continued up to this day. Orami made my experience stress-free and something to look forward to. My favorite memories at Orami include learning about my first prayers, playing games, and making skits about scenes that happened in Israeli history. There are many reasons why I decided to have a bat mitzvah, but the main reason is because I wanted to. I chose to do it because it's a part of my religion and personality. My mom's side of the family has had a bat mitzvah, which is also another reason why I decided to have one. I knew that I had the choice to have a bat mitzvah since I was younger, but I ultimately chose to have it because it was important to me that I celebrate my religion. I'm looking forward to feeling proud of myself, being considered an adult, and my parents being proud of me. My mom wanted me to have a bat mitzvah because she had one and she thinks it's important to celebrate your religion and what you believe in. My journey was surprisingly not as hard as I expected. There are more joys than challenges. A few of my challenges were having to memorize each prayer, memorize the vowels, and learn all the melodies of each prayer. A few joys were chanting my first prayer without mistakes, figuring out each melody, and being able to fluently read Hebrew. Having a twin brother also made the journey even better. I'm very lucky to have my brother because we practiced together and we got to split the prayers between us, which is not what most people get to do, as they have to memorize all of them. I'm sad to see that my journey is ending, but I'm also proud of myself for completing it. For my mitzvah project, I decided to work with dogs and help them get adopted. I love animals and I also have a dog of my own. I think that it is important to show support towards animals because without them, we would not be here. My favorite part of my mitzvah project was getting to walk and play with the dogs. Another favorite part was getting to see the dogs get adopted. Before the end of my sermon, I want to take a few minutes to say thank you. There are a lot of people who helped me get here, and I wanted to thank all of them. Mom, thank you for giving me the option of a mitzvah and for supporting my decision. Dad, thank you for supporting me through this journey and helping me in academics and other things related to school. Oma and Opa, thank you for supporting me and always being there for me. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for supporting me. Braden, thank you for practicing Hebrew with me, making my journey easier, and always being there for me. Without you, I would not be there where I am today. Chase, thank you for always being there and supporting me. I can't wait to see you doing this exact speech in a few years becoming an adult. Next, I would like to thank everyone who helped me learn my prayers and my Hebrew. Cantor Kyle, thank you for teaching me my prayers and making the experience fun. I appreciate it, and without your help, I don't think I would be able to complete this. I can't wait to see you here teaching my younger brother. Diane, thank you for helping me begin my journey and teaching me all the melodies. Rabbi Paul, thank you for making this happen and always making sure my brother and I were good with everything that you planned. Rabbi Lana, thank you for helping me write this speech. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone here who came to support me. It means a lot to see you all here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for attending my service. I am Braden, a proud 13-year-old Jew. I attend Lindero Canyon Middle School. My favorite subject has always been math, as I look up to my dad, as I inherited his math skills, which came to me naturally. Those who know me know I've always been passionate about karate and never quit. It has been a long 8-year journey since I was 4 years old, and I've always wanted to become a black belt. I am taking time off for a big milestone, my bar mitzvah, which I am glad to share with you guys today. Many years of Lego building helped me to share my dream to become an architect. Thanks to my dad, I happen to also be fortunate enough to be good at drawing. Although I can't go to Dubai and make great money working for mega projects, it is still good for you to know how passionate I am towards architecture. My community is Orami. I have been coming here for the past 3 years. I started at Kesher, and now that I'm all grown up, I participate in Macomb, where I happily learn that the food is great and all the political event reflections we talk about always have me curious. My experience at ORME has always been very positive, and it is a community that doesn't ever make me feel uncomfortable and finds the positive in learning. I want to reflect on my bar mitzvah as a learning experience and how hard I worked to get here. I want people to know my strong decision in supporting God and Judaism. I want to be able to remember my struggles and great memories and to look back on my journey becoming a bar mitzvah. My parents wish for me to be proud of my decision in whatever I do. My mom's side of the family all had bar mitzvahs, and I wanted to do it because it was important to me and I want to celebrate my religion. It has been nice to do the prayers with my sister and also watch her advance. Learning Hebrew initially was a challenge. Although I learned, I wasn't the best at memorizing everything, but my motivation to do it all helped me pursue it. I like the meaning of the prayers, and when I chant them, I tell a story. My favorite prayer is Avot and Imahot because it mentions all of our patriarchs and matriarchs, and I like thinking about these ancestors as I say and chant the prayers. It reminds me that I am a link of a very long chain of Jewish generations. Speaking of which, let me tell you about my Torah portion. It is Yitro. Yitro was Moses' father-in-law, and although he was not Jewish, he taught Moses and inspired him a lot. This Torah portion is named after Yitro, which shows how important Yitro was to Moses and to the Jewish people. The main story of this Torah portion is the 10 Commandments. These 10 Commandments help me realize the basic fundamentals of Judaism. The commandments were given to us by God in order to teach us how to have a good relationship with God, how to be a good person, how to be a decent member of society, how to be true to yourself and others by following the commandments and guarding them. My favorite commandment is the 5th one, honor your father and mother. My parents gave me life and brought me into this world. They are the reason for me being Jewish, and thanks to them, I have the privilege to learn about Judaism and explore my relationship with God. I am grateful to my parents for everything they have given me, and therefore I want to honor them always. I am also particularly fond of the 1st commandment, which teaches us that God is the source of all being, and thanks to God, all creatures of the world were created and all the people in the universe were born, and I am grateful for that. As part of my bar mitzvah process, I was advised to choose a mitzvah project. It wasn't long and hard, but instead fun. I volunteered at Petco and helped people get excited about dogs, which didn't possess a home. I had to help take care of them and interest people in them. I did this because I think it is beneficial and meaningful, and it is a great feeling giving animals a home. There are a lot of people in my life that helped me to reach this moment, and I want to thank them. Mom, I want to thank you for helping me along this journey with almost everything and bringing me into this world. Thank you for always being there for me. Dad, I want to thank you for being a great guidance and a motivation that's kept me pushing forward. I really appreciate you. You're like my hero. Opa, thank you so much for never making me feel uncomfortable. You always take time out of your day to help me. Your kind actions have truly been imprinted in my heart, and I wanted to thank you today. Oma, you are so sweet, and you always bring great sweets and presents. Your kind and gentle demeanor will always be remembered. It is always fun being around you. I would also like to thank my grandma and grandpa for being there to support me, and it is always super fun going to their house and driving on the golf cart. Siena, I wanted to thank you today as we are sharing this big moment. I love how we've always been close and always push each other to get there. It is never a competition either. No matter what, you still look at me as never better or worse than each other. Chase, you're the cool and fun brother. I always have fun every time we step foot in the garden and play football. He's super funny, and I love watching your soccer games as your passion for the game is truly amazing to watch. Rabbi Paul, for the years I've known you, I could never even expect how nice you are to me and to other people. You are a big part of ORME and one of the reasons people like me get to have a bar mitzvah. Thank you, Rabbi Paul. Kiana Kyle, you are a massive help in the project and learning of Hebrew. You make me feel good about myself when I read, and you always have great advice. I wanted to thank you today because without your help, I wouldn't know many prayers. Diane, you helped me learn a lot of prayers, and I loved working with you. You made sure I got stuff done and completed. And now that I look back, I'm happy you did this because all the prayers you taught me come to me super easily and are implanted in my brain. Thank you all for listening to my sermon. I feel lucky to share this moment with you. Shabbat Shalom.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yehei lanu, yehei lanu, yehei lanu, ulecho Yisrael, Yehei lanu, Ulechol Yisrael.
Siena and Braden, you made us so proud, leading services so beautifully, teaching us, chanting from Torah so well, and teaching us the meaning of the Torah portion to you. We have some gifts for you to begin this whole journey together. We have a Tu'udah Bar Mitzvah, B'nai Mitzvah, that says you became a B Mitzvah here with Congregation Orami. We have for each of you a certificate from LOMPD, which is our high school youth group, a bunch of cool 9th through 12th graders. They want to get to know you. So they're giving you a gift certificate good for one free youth group event once you get to 9th grade or through 12th grade. So make sure mom and dad put this in place where you can keep it safe. Now, the Jewish Federation has for you a book, Israel Matters. Understand the past, look to the future. To be able to look to the future of Israel, you got to look to the past and see not what it says in TikTok, which is generally not a great place to learn history. But read a book, take a look, and you'll find out the power of that place. And since we're giving you a book, you should get over to see the place. So NIFTY, the North American Federation of Temple Youth, and the Union for Reform Judaism have for you a gift certificate good for $3,250 toward a trip to Israel with the URJ during one of your high school summers. I know a lot of people wait till birthright, but if you can do it, to go during the summer in high school is awesome. And finally, we have for you each a mezuzah. It's something that goes on your door, angled in. You put a scroll in it that you have to get at like Shalom House. And it's a reminder of living an ethical life, a moral life. It's not for the people out there it's talking about, it's for the people inside. So these are gifts for you that I'm going to have you hold on to. And I think the cantor has some other things to share with you.
So on Shabbat evening, when you say all the blessings for the challah, the wine, all that stuff, there's a blessing that parents are supposed to say to their kids. Does anybody know what that blessing is? May you be like Ephraim and Manasseh. These were two siblings in the Torah that didn't fight. All of the siblings mentioned before them had some sort of big rivalry or conflicts. We certainly don't want to say, well, may you be like Jacob and Esau, who had a horrible rift, or like Joseph and his siblings who, they tried to kill him. So we said, try to be like Ephraim and Manasseh. And that is, I think, typified in your relationship, Braden and Siena. Both of you get along so well. And despite my best, I worked with them on Zoom, so I'd see one for the first 30 minutes and then the other one would hop on. And despite my attempts to stoke a little sibling rivalry as the next one was coming on and I would get caught, messing with the other one, you were so supportive of each other the whole time. And even at the rehearsal this week, just so supportive of making sure the other one felt comfortable, the other one was featured, the other one could be heard. And I think, especially at that age, I think that's really, really special. And on an individual level, I just had such a good time working with each one of you and seeing where you were really strong and where you needed help. In particular, the things that stood out when I worked with Braden. Braden had this really cool technique that he did where he would use his head to kind of help guide him with the melodies. If the melodies went up, his head would go up. And if the melodies would go down, his head... And it was very dramatic. I mean, some people do it subtly. Some people with their hands, when they're chanting Torah, will kind of trace the melody. But Braden was very, very demonstrative with his body. And part of it's probably because of the karate. It's just like you just use your body so much that you just use it as an instrument, as a tool. And I really enjoyed watching you develop the skills that you needed to chant Torah. I enjoyed learning about your passion for karate. And on a personal level, I'm just very grateful that you pointed out that there was a new Godzilla movie out that he was very excited for. There was this point where he had a whole bunch of work to do on this one thing. And I said, I tell you what, if you get this done by next week, what do you want? He's like, I want to see this new Godzilla movie. I said, I'll tell your parents to take you if you get it done. He got it done, went to see Godzilla, and then I ended up seeing Godzilla too, because I'm a big fan of those kaiju films. So thank you for that.
And Siena, week after week after week after week, I mean, you want to talk about a model of consistency. It's no surprise to me. You're like a center mid or center back is what you're. Yeah, I mean, that has to be the most consistent player on the team because not only are they facilitating the defense, but maybe along with center mid in soccer, I mean, you're the one kind of telling people what to do and organizing the whole backside. And that was just you in every single lesson. It was so consistent. It was get this done, boom, done. Get this done, boom, done. And to the point where it was just like, my job was just kind of checking stuff off. I didn't have to do much with you. And it was just such a pleasure working with you. And as a tribute to each of you, the wonderful work that you did individually, the wonderful work that you've done together, I want to sing you a really special song. A song that my dad sang to me at my bar mitzvah. It's called Shema B'ni Shim Ibiti. Listen, my son, listen, my daughter. Shema B'ni, take these wings to fly with. Shim Ibiti, with these roots you will grow. This is my promise, this is my blessing. You are the promise, and you are the blessing. Shema B'ni, Shim Ibiti. God's children come into the shelter, a place of peace, a house of prayer, a center of learning, of justice, of giving, where everyone's loved and where everyone cares. Shema B'ni, Shim Ibiti. Ufros aleinu, ufros aleinu, ufros aleinu, sukat shalomecha. A mother calms the cry for infant. A young boy reads and becomes a man. Vows are exchanged as two hearts become one. A daughter returns and reads Kaddish again. Shema B'ni, Shim Ibiti. So you shall fly on wings of eagles, and you shall grow like a sturdy tree. This is my promise, this is my blessing. You are the promise, and you are the blessing. Shema B'ni, Shim Ibiti.
Beautiful. I'm now going to take these two wonderful young people before the ark and share some private words of blessing with them. During that time, I want you to imagine that you are standing in my shoes. What words of blessing or praise would you share with Braden and Siena? And those of you who are in the streaming in, you might write those words in the chat so the family can see it later. And everybody else, I know you'll pull them aside later on during the weekend to Shep Nachas, Yiddish words, Jewish words, meaning to share the joy and your pride at how wonderful they did today. So for now, let me have you sit back, listen to a beautiful song as the cantor sings L'Dor V'Dor about passing our values from generation to generation. Come on up.
We are gifts. We are blessings, we are history in song. We are hope, we are healing, we are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories, we are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor vador these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part, we are blessed and we are holy, we are children of your way. And the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. Ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation, Ledor vador, these lips will praise your name.
We bless you now with Birkat Kohanim, words of Torah, the priestly benediction.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May the Holy One in holiness surround you wherever you are and grant you the most precious of blessings. Peace in our world, peace in our communities, peace in our families, and peace in your hearts. So
Amen.
proud of you, Mazel Tov. Let me invite everyone to turn in your prayer book to page 294. See, even in times of joy, we take a moment to remember our loved ones who are no longer with us. The memory of them can still warm us. Their love can still inspire us. Some of you here may be remembering your loved ones during this time of Kaddish. As I bring my hand around the room, I invite you to mention their names and relationship to you aloud. Like, my friend George or my relative Sophie. This morning, we are remembering may their memories be for blessing. So let me invite you, if you're able to please rise on page 294 as we say together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol be'erchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'ama v'imru amen. Yehei shloma Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'rumav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
And so, thank you for sharing this Shabbat with us. We're Congregation RME. We're here every Friday night at 7:30, unless we're here at 6:30 or 6 o'clock or 7. Check our website. We're always here unless we're down by the beach or in someone's backyard, but you're all welcome always. From here, I think everybody's going to go, but we celebrate tonight, right? So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Live Control. You can cut it out now. And if you can just take a moment and just straighten your prayer book on your seat, that would be awesome. And let's throw some love on these young people and celebrate the day. Shabbat Shalom. Yashikoach.